Happy International Women's Day 2024. My name's Ruth Smith. I'm leader of Witney Town Council. We're celebrating 50 years of Witney Town Council, and there haven't always been as many female councillors as there are currently. Let me tell you about a few of the ones in my time. I got elected in 2019. 7 out of the 17 town councillors were women that year. They all happened to be from the Labour Party, but of course there had been women from other parties in the past. And that year, our mayor was Duncan Enright, and our first leader was Rosa Bolger. And we were very excited to have a woman in the council leader role, because it's a fairly new role. We've had female mayors before then, but to separate out the civic mayoral role from the operational leadership role is how Witney Town Council does things now. So I've had a real privilege learning from the women around me in that time. Rosa taught me quite a lot about campaigning, and we quickly, under her leadership, established the climate emergency. We reviewed the pesticide policy, and we had a good look because of the shock realisation of how hard it is for women in particular to take part in parish and town councils. It's a voluntary role with evening meetings. Several of us had children under 10 at that time. Others, including the excellent councillor of that period, Mel Jones, had adult dependents at home, and there are no allowances to help you pay for babysitters and carers to come out for the meetings, and it can be really hard to get out for the meetings sometimes. The other thing that happened was the pandemic showed us that meeting online can be just as good as meeting in person and allow more participants. People, like so many women, find themselves in the squeezed middle, caring for elderly relatives, caring for relatives with disabilities, caring for children relatives. And it was so much better online, particularly if people have their own disabilities and their own illnesses to negotiate. But the law changed back and we can't meet online anymore. So there are things that need to change at a national level to enable better participation of women in parish and town councils. We were then led for most of that 4-year stint by truly inspirational Lucy Ashbourne. And Lucy brought so much forward with the council, but the enduring thing that I just love to sit and learn from her is how to make fairer decisions that truly serve the most vulnerable residents in our community alongside all residents. And it's just so great to learn from each other how to be better at that. And Lucy really shines the way there. Then we had Vicky Watkin as leader. And again, more to learn. Vicky is unafraid of tackling large projects and had a passion for community sport. And so that was a massive learning curve for me. And I credit Vicky with a lot of the projects that you're going to see come forward in Witney in the next year or two. We've got the massive redevelopment of West Witney Sports and Social Club planned. And you're seeing on the Lees, the courtside and coffee shed, tennis-related development for a whole host of improved recreational facilities there. So lots in this current council that started just before 2023. We had mayors in that time. We had Duncan Enright, who knows Witney and Witney residents like the back of his hand. And then we had Joy for 2 years, Joy Aitman, who was the personification of the Witney spirit in those pandemic and emerging from the pandemic times. Joy is the deputy leader right now, so she's still all things Witney Town Council. And then we had Liz Duncan, who is just a wonderful advocate and champion of all our different community groups and causes. And then we had Owen Collins. So if we finished that, he's the current mayor and he's male, but that's okay because it's been such a brilliant experience to be on a council where men and women treat each other as equal. And that is all International Women's Day is about. It's celebrating women and trying to get to a world where men and women view each other and treat each other as equals. And it's harder than it sounds because we all have learned behaviours and bad habits, and we have some structural workplace and societal problems built in that just set women back accidentally on purpose because of the way things have always been, and we still need to be able to change those things. So heaven forbid someone in one of our council meetings had a situation where a man repeats what a woman has just said and passes it off as his own idea. Well, A, that happens less and less in our council meetings, and B, when it does, we call it out for what it is. Casual sexism, talking over a woman, it's not okay. We try in our small way to model better behaviours than that and to learn and grow together. The most powerful thing that can happen in our community if we are to improve the experience of women is for us to tell our stories to each other, keep them alive, don't brush them under the carpet, and to tell representatives like town and parish councillors, district councillors, county councillors, members of parliament, when changes need to be made, when things are not set up right for women. And if we keep talking about these issues, then hopefully solutions will be found and we can all move forward and enjoy Witney on a more equal footing.